In this episode, Ken Fott and Viola Batista head to Kauai to go off-roading and camping with Hawaiian Overlanders. It's an unforgettable trip that anyone can do. Then we grab our passports and head to Costa Rica to ride dirt bikes and drive UTVs in this Central American country. We also introduce you to some cool products and test Yamaha's Tenere adventure bike. It's all coming up next on Off-Road Travel TV.
Off-Road Travel TV, presented by Beta, the official motorcycle of Off-Road Travel TV. MX and off-road tours, adventure done right. Overland Expo, the world's premier event series for adventure travel enthusiasts. And by Soda Jerk, vodka done right. Pour, shoot, repeat.
In this segment, our Ken Fott and friends are headed to Costa Rica in Central America. This small country is actually one of the best places in the world to ride dirt bikes on challenging single-track trails, and is also inviting because it has lots of two-track roads, and enthusiasts can ride dirt bikes and drive UTVs on city streets. Tourism is also a big part of the economy, so it has many appealing elements for those who love off-road travel.
This is my fourth time to Costa Rica, and I love off-roading here. The riding here is some of the most technical that I've ever done anywhere in the world, and the dirt has a unique texture, kind of like what you would find in Hawaii. For this adventure, we're headed to the small town of Hako Beach, which is located about 50 miles south of the capital city of San Jose. For this ride, we chose to use Ultimate Rides Costa Rica as a tour operator, and they offer everything from one-day rides to multi-day events. They offer tours for dirt bikes, adventure bikes, and UTVs, so we had fun on both 2 and 4 wheels.
One of the best things about the trails in Costa Rica is that we have for everyone. So from level 0 to level 10 of technical skills, we have available for everyone.
The trail system in Costa Rica is pretty impressive because there's so many different paths to hiking trails and different things that people use to go from, for lack of better words, village to village. So the neat thing about the guides here is that they're very well versed in being able to monitor how well a rider can ride. So if a rider needs basic stuff, they take them on simpler 2-track trails. If they want to do more hard, like AA enduro loops or other stuff, they're very capable of doing that. In fact, Heiner took us to some places that we're going through some really impressive streams, full of boulders and different things. And it's a type of riding that you can literally spend an hour to go a half a mile. So the riders here have a lot of ability to be able to do all kinds of things that you want.
Riding dirt bikes on the beach most definitely was a highlight of the trip. Being able to go out there, be on the sand. There'd be people out there sunbathing, and you'd roll by them on a dirt bike. Yeah, highlights that we had riding in the forest. A lot of creek crossings, and those creek crossings could get interesting with the slippery rocks. A lot of us would make it, some of us wouldn't. You had slippery trails, but also you had these trails where there's a lot of canopy. It was harder to see. The dirt was good. It could be slick, but at the end of the day, you were moving and slipping around and just smiling out there, having a good old time.
I live in Southern California, which is mainly a desert community and very dry. So anytime I get a chance to cross streams and rivers is something I really look forward to. It's also a very technical challenge, especially in a place like Costa Rica, because there's a tremendous amount of rocks inside. And we're not talking little pebbles. It's a mixture of small, medium, and large rocks, things that can grab your front end, twist it, and knock you down. So I love the technical challenge. I also love the fact that you get sprayed off, with the water, and when that water hits you, it's very refreshing. One of the unique things that we found out about Ultimate Rides Costa Rica is that they offer dirt bike tours that are very specialized. So the guys that actually come and do the off-road events here, for the most part, if they're on a motorcycle, they pre-book, they ask a lot of questions, they pay a lot of attention to the website, and it requires talent. You have to know how to ride a motorcycle to be able to do one of their rides. Whereas in contrast, they get a lot of walk-in traffic for the ATVs and UTVs because things like a UTV, you don't need a lot of talent. If you know how to drive a car, you can basically hop in a UTV and have an awful lot of fun.
The terrain is very lush, very green, very mesmerizing. As you're riding around, you're like, wow, it's seeing all the waterfalls, seeing the wildlife, seeing the greenery. The dirt in and itself was great. All day, every day that we had, it wasn't too sticky, wasn't too dry. We were very fortunate to have great dirt.
So the very first time I ziplined was about 25 years ago and is actually in Costa Rica. So when the opportunity presented itself to be able to go out with a local operator, we just had to do it. So what was neat is that by the time we started, went through 10 complete different zip lines itself, it only took about an hour and 15 minutes. So it was very intense, a lot of adrenaline pumping during that time. And you know, it was only about 15, 20 minutes from town. So the whole excursion took less than 2.5 hours.
We were able to go paragliding, and paragliding, that was the first I've ever done anything like that. I had to stretch myself, get out of my comfort zone. But let me tell you what, when you were up in the air, it was so peaceful. But when I got on the ground, I was like, wow, I'm alive.
To me, there's a point of diminishing returns. If you do anything too much, you're gonna wind up losing your fun factor. So for me, having a week with 3 days of riding, plus the travel on both sides, was perfect.
Backpacks have become incredibly high-tech over the last few years, and a variety of them are specifically designed for motorcycle use. Today, we're going to show you 3 of our favorites. The first is the new Sedici Aqua Pro 3-liter hydration backpack. Cost is $100, and it is loaded with a variety of features. One of the bragging points is the incredible insulation that keeps the 3-liter bladder cool for on-the-go hydration. Next is the Kriega Trail 9, which retails for $200. This is designed for adventure motorcycle riders and has the option to house a bladder for an optional drink system. It has a variety of storage compartments, including a 4-liter one that is waterproof. This is perfect for storing food and other moisture-sensitive items. The third and final is the Kriega Trail 18. This is the largest of 3 backpacks, and for $250, it's very intelligently designed. It comes with a 10-year warranty, and you have the option of purchasing a 2-liter or 3.75-liter drink system. In a word, this is impressive. We got all of our supplies from Revzilla.com since they offer fast shipping and carry a wide range of products for motorcycles, ATVs, and UTVs. For more information, check out offroadtraveltv.com. We'll see you out on the trail.
Yamaha has been making adventure bikes for nearly 50 years. In fact, the pioneering XT500 won the first 2 rallies in Paris to Dakar. Fast forward, and Yamaha's Tenere has become one of the most popular machines in this tour and travel niche. For about 11 grand, it features a combination of reliability, horsepower, and handling, wrapped into an intelligently designed package.
For this test, we took the bike to Colorado, Montana, and California. I also rode one of these over 1,200 miles to the Arctic Circle, which is at the edge of the continent. The Tenere features a 698cc twin-cylinder, liquid-cooled 4-stroke design. It tips the scales at 459 pounds and is considered a middleweight adventure bike. The aftermarket also makes a lot of performance parts for Yamahas, so that is one of the key attractions. Compared to other off-road machines, adventure bikes have the biggest motors, the fastest top speed, and are also the heaviest. They are, in essence, a street bike that has been adapted to off-road use versus a dual sport bike, which is typically a competition model converted for street. This makes a huge difference.
The ergonomics are what impressed me the most on this bike. As soon as I got on it, it felt like an off-road bike. Had straight handlebars, pretty flat, and the tank feels very narrow where you actually put your knees. So ergonomics, I'm going to give it an A+. The Tenere has a solid motor. It's good bottom, good mid, good top. Pulls all the way through. I really have no complaints.
The Tenere has several different modes for the electronics. It has a gravel mode, has a road mode, has a sport mode, and has a couple different settings that allows you to customize it to specific profiles for 2 different riders. It's a really great concept, and it works really well if you take the time to fine-tune it. For me, I liked riding the bike in sport mode with the traction control and the anti-lock braking off. And with that, it had really good off-idle response, and I felt that the transmission ratios with a good clutch action and the power that the motor delivered worked really well. And I tend to ride it in the mid-range section of the power. I don't like to be able to go and over-rev the bike a whole lot because, you know, in all reality, adventure bike riding, you want to conserve fuel. And something like this, it's not like there's gas stations around every corner. Mid-range power is where this bike really seems to excel. I found myself riding about 4,000 to 5,000 RPMs, and I was able to stay in the proper gear. If I needed to be able to get some big boost, it was either a double clutch away or a quick downshift. It doesn't do anything surprising. It's very linear, it seems like, and I really enjoy the way that this bike handled.
Yamaha is known for its motor reliability. I mean, if you want to get a bike that's going to last forever, get a Yamaha. The motors are just solid.
The clutch action on this bike is really smooth, and one of the things that really helps it is having the proper transmission ratios and, you know, a really good design. You're not having to go out there and do a lot of double clutching. There's not a lot of faults and neutrals in the transmission, although I did hit a few, but it's an overall really well-designed package. My favorite aspect of this bike is that it does everything well. It seems to be very overall balanced. It doesn't have anything that's going to blow you away, but it's really comfortable. Has really good off-idle response, has solid mid-range, and it has pretty exceptional top-end speed. The transmission is balanced, the clutch action is really good, and I found that I feel really comfortable on this bike, and I can keep a good pace going.
The tires on this bike don't actually match the characteristics of this bike. The tires are much more street-oriented. This bike, I'm going to say it's a 50-50 dirt street bike, not a 80-20 bike.
One of my favorite aspects of this bike is the way that it handles. It seems really well balanced, and I like the ergonomics. I like the fact that I can get up over the front of the bike, and I just feel really comfortable in that position because I'm able to conserve a lot of energy. And conserving energy is really important when you're doing a lot of 200-mile days back to back. The suspension is also really comfortable, and that helps make the bike really confidence-inspiring because it doesn't do anything unexpected. It does everything the way that you would predict it to be able to do, and that allows you to ride with a lot more overall confidence.
The bike has an overall good suspension package. If you're going to go off-roading and do some serious stuff, you probably want to upgrade it a little bit. It's got to be a little bit stiffer. But for the general person, I think the suspension is a good setup.
The brakes on this bike are about average. They don't do anything crazy good or they don't do anything bad. They have a really good feel at the lever and at the brake pedal. When I ride it, I ride with the anti-lock brakes off and the traction control off. So I like being able to feel the sensitivity of whatever type of terrain I'm riding. And that's really important when you're going back and forth from sand to rock to asphalt to gravel. The longest I've ridden one of these things in a single day is 430 miles, and I did that going to the Arctic Circle. And it was a long day. I can say that it's about as long as I'd ever want to ride one of these things, but it was enjoyable. You know, the ability to be able to stand up, stretch your legs on it. I probably, out that 400 plus miles, I probably rode half of it standing up. And you just feel balanced. And when you get in the right position, man, you are hardly using any energy at all.
Well, I think I could do many miles, maybe 200 or 300 miles a day on the street on this bike. I think it's probably a better off-roader than it is street bike.
The Tenere on the street is really comfortable. It feels like a really good solid street bike. In Colorado especially, there's a lot of big S-turns winding up and down the side of mountain ranges, and you feel really good with it. I felt that I can lean it over a lot more than I could with other middleweight adventure bikes, so I've got to hand it to Yamaha. They've created a really good overall package that has a lot of flexibility to it. I really like the Tenere, but I have a few modifications that I'd recommend for anybody who wants to do serious off-roading and take it on long-distance travel. I would install more aggressive off-road inspired tires, add some saddlebags in the back for storage, and put on a seat concept seat. I would also get some folding mirrors, a quad lock system for my iPhone, and a tank bag to carry small items that I could access quickly and easily.
If I can improve one aspect on this bike, I would change the suspension. I would stiffen it up. I think Öhlins has a kit for it, front and rear shock. It's a big upgrade, but I think if you're serious about off-road and want to get into the Rocky Mountains, you'd want to do that.
For more information, check out offroadtraveltv.com. We'll see you on the trail.
We're back with a few of our favorite products that make our lives easier on and off the trail. We've trusted Shoei helmets for years, and just like this VFX Evo, they are some of the best we've put on our heads. It's lightweight, well ventilated, and fits securely, with the durability that Shoei is known for. It has great comfort, incredible airflow, and rock-solid confidence for any moto ride. Battleborn Batteries is the industry standard for drop-in lithium upgrades. Lithium iron phosphate batteries are a substantial upgrade from lead-acid batteries. They hold more energy, have a longer lifespan, and they are significantly lighter. Battleborn has something for just about every use case. Finally, we've been trying out this Gladiator 12,500 winch from Warrior Winches. The Gladiator line is built for heavy pulls and real off-road recovery. The synthetic rope is safer and easier to handle on the trail. It's quick, strong, and has the torque you need to winch out of a jam. It's a dependable option that won't break the bank. For more information, check out offroadtraveltv.com. We'll see you on the trail.
Imagine going to the Hawaiian Islands and being able to cut your cost of a vacation. That was just one of the many things that attracted our Ken Fott and Viola Batista to the Garden Island of Kauai. They did a mix of overlanding, UTV driving, snorkeling, kayaking, and more. Time to watch and learn.
When I first learned that there was an overland company operating in Kauai, I had to check it out. The more I researched, the more excited I became. I quickly realized that I could spend less than a third of the price each night by camping rather than staying at a resort. I definitely love the resort life, but also love overlanding and saving money too.
Hawaiian Overlanders as a company, we rent out rooftop tent rigs on Kauai and the Big Island, and basically we give customers a guidebook for where to camp, recommendations on what to do and what to see. And the nice thing about it is you're getting your rental car and your accommodation in one package, and you're able to drive all around the islands and camp at various locations such as this, which is epic spots.
Places like this you typically cannot get into with a standard two-wheel drive vehicle, which makes renting an overland vehicle an even more attractive option.
So the spots to camp in Kauai specifically, we have spots on the beach such as this. We have spots that are actual more campgrounds that you can have facilities closer by. Even beach spots like this have facilities just a little bit more spread out. We have spots up in the mountains, up in the Waimea Canyon, and so more of like your inland jungle type vibe. And then what most people's favorite is spots like this, where it's actually on a beach and you still get your facilities with bathrooms, showers around.
Off-roading in Hawaii is always unusual because you never know what kind of weather you get. A trail that can be normal and simple can really turn to be impassable rather quickly depending on how much rain you wind up getting.
The weather in Kauai is very comfortable. You can expect some rain, especially during the winter months. Usually lasts about 20 minutes, but for the most part, you're very comfortable.
My biggest surprise on this trip was just the remoteness of some of the locations that we could get. In one particular area, we were about 150, 200 feet from the actual ocean, and just made it so relaxing, so peaceful, so enjoyable. There are a variety of trails around the island, but don't expect anything too technical on public lands. This is more of the mellow variety, but allows you to see things that most tourists cannot.
I love Kauai so much. It's very green. It is the greenest island. The beaches are stunning. It has a wide variety of terrain, and it has a great vibe, great for vacation.
Our first overlanding experience in Hawaii has been so much fun, and it's been really interesting watching Viola Batista learn about what overlanding is all about. It's fun taking someone out who's used to going tent camping and trailer camping with their family and seeing the different options that they have and how fast you can go out, with something like a rooftop tent.
On this adventure, we get to see a wide variety of terrain, different scenics, different varieties of trees and bushes, and it's just incredible.
The feeling of waking up in a rooftop tent, looking out over the ocean is so surreal. And to be able to see a different sight every day is just icing on the cake. It just doesn't get much better than this. All I had to do is look at Viola and see all of her funny antics to know that she was having a blast. She's a great sport and a fun travel companion. But overlanding wasn't the only thing we did. Viola Batista and I did a couple other activities. We went out going miniature golfing near Princeville, and we also went kayaking and stand-up paddleboarding in the Hanalei River. Now, the Hanalei River goes all the way out to the open ocean, and it's absolutely mesmerizing. Everything we did was so relaxing, and it's just fun to break up the activities.
Ken and I went to Hanalei River. We did kayaking and paddleboarding. It was stunning. Beautiful landscaping all around, mountains, ocean. It's an activity that everybody needs to try once.
After we finished with Kayak Hanalei, we hit Kauai Miniature Golf and Botanical Garden, which is on the north side of the island. It's a small course and very chill.
On this adventure, we got to do mini golf, which was so much fun. It's a great place for the whole family to go, different ages. I'm not that good, but I gave it a shot.
I also surprised Viola with an unplanned trip to Kipu Ranch Adventures to drive UTVs. This is one of my favorite activities to do with friends and to make lots of unforgettable memories. This is a 3,000-acre working cattle ranch, and I've been here before. In my opinion, this is the best side-by-side tour company in all of Hawaii.
It's very easy to drive UTV. You don't have a clutch. There is no shifting. All you need is your driver license and follow the guides. It's that simple.
After Viola left, I flew to the Big Island to check out their operation there and also do some water sports. I began by snorkeling with Captain Zodiac and couldn't get enough of the 82-degree water. No doubt you have to do as many tourist activities as possible when you're here. Then I went back out at night with SeaQuest Hawaii to experience 1,000-pound manta rays. This was such a unique experience to float around these light pods which attract these massive creatures. For more information, check out offroadtraveltv.com. We'll see you on the trails.